Hey up everyone, I hope that you're all doing alright. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if it's your first time here. First off, just want to say thank you all so much for 3,000 subscribers. I recently hit that, I think it was like the end of last week, and I kind of forgot to mention it in my last video, but I did want to acknowledge it in this one. I will be doing a milestone video. I'm not really sure what I want to do yet. The last two that I did for 1,000 and 2,000 involves my partner doing a build. But I think this time I want to do something different. No offense to him, but I just want to do something different. But yeah, I'll have a think about it, about what I want to do, and I might do like a poll or something like that on the community tab. So keep an eye out on that if you want to like vote on something like that. I'm hopefully going to post something this weekend, but I don't know. I guess I'm going to say I'd let you know, but that's how I'd let you know. So just check on the weekend, and if it's not there, I'll probably mention it in my next upload. But yeah, thank you all so much for 3,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and yeah, just thanks for all the support. I'm currently really tired, so I don't have like a ton of energy to do voiceover, so I think I'm going to keep this one a bit on the short side. I might pop in here and there at different points in the build, but yeah, I did want to acknowledge it and just a thanks and everything. So yeah, thanks, and yeah, thanks. I don't know what else to say. Thank you. But yeah, this build for today's video is one of my build requests, and this one's for Carl. God, I said that right weird. Carl, Atla, not Carl. But yeah, they wanted a build for Copperdale, and I'll go over like their little prompt and everything. So they said that they'd like a house on the smaller side, and it's for a single working mum and a queer teen kid, if that helps with the inspo. And yeah, it did help with the inspo. So they wanted a bit of a smaller house and wanted it on a 20 by 15 lot with 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. For pack restrictions, they had all of the expansion packs except Get Together, and they have Dream Home Decorator, no stuff packs, and then about 4 kits, I believe. And the full pack details I will put in the description. So it's not really pack restricted, it uses quite a lot of expansion packs. I did use a lot of, God, what did I use? Seasons, I want to say, cottage living. I also used quite a bit of high school years, Discovery University, stuff like that. Like I said, I didn't really pack restrict with the expansion packs. The only one that I didn't really use is Get Together. But I don't think I used them all. I didn't use Island Living, for example. But yeah, I just wanted to sort of quickly go over that so you've got an idea of it. And I wanted to build like a sort of typical looking suburban home. And I will say that the exterior of this one was, I had some Pinterest inspiration. Like I found a picture on Pinterest, which I'll put on screen if I can find it and if I remember to. I am trying to just get on with the voiceover and spend as little time editing as possible because it's already quite late, and I'm actually going to be going out tomorrow. So yeah, my schedule this week is kind of all over the place because it's like half term at my kids' school, so they've been like off school this week and everything, so that always like slows down everything when it comes to like making videos and all that. But yeah, what was I even saying? God, you can tell I'm tired because I get distracted. Well, I get distracted regardless of how much sleep I've had, but I feel like I get more distracted and more sort of like forgetful, but I will try and stay on track. So yeah, I was inspired by a picture off Pinterest, and the roof I was actually inspired by Scylla from Scylla's YT, who also has a YouTube channel and an Instagram, and they always kind of do their, well, not always, but a lot of the times they do their roofs with this like extra bit. I'll put up like a picture of a build off their Instagram. I was inspired by one of their builds. I think it was one on YouTube, and I was like, oh, I like how they've done the roof, and they do that in quite a lot of their builds. So I see that as like a thing that they do, like a signature type thing. So I wanted to do it. I was like, I like that. It looks cute. It adds a little bit of, you know, extra detail to the build. So thank you to them for the inspiration, and I definitely recommend that you check out their channel and their Instagram, and I believe they've got Twitter, but I'll link their YouTube channel in the description, or I'll like tag them or whatever. Yeah, great good builder. They make proper nice like family homes and like suburban style homes and other homes as well, but that's just, yeah, they're just really good. But anyway, I went with sort of like a typical sort of suburban type thing, and like I said, Carl did ask for it on the smaller side, so it is 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. And for the floor plan, I just wanted to kind of keep it as simple as possible and utilize as much of the space as I possibly could. So obviously, like I said, it's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Didn't include the footage of the bathroom just because it is very basic. And I will say that the bathroom looks kind of ugly, but that's on purpose because the kind of thought process that I had for the inspiration was it's a single mum, they've got a teenager. I was a single parent for a period of time, and you don't, even if you're working, it can be tough on your pocket, you know what I mean? Like money can be a bit tight, it's just one income, living in a 2-bedroom house in a neighbourhood like Copperdale. I kind of just imagined that the sim is like working their way up the career. Maybe they had their child a bit on the younger side, and as that child went back to school as a child sim, that's when they got back into work, so they're working their way up their career ladder and everything, and they intend on renovating the house. So some of the rooms are a little bit dated, a little bit like not really in keeping with the style of the sim that I imagined it to be for. So the bathroom could do with updating. It's got very, very basic furniture. It's a little bit ugly, like I said. The tiles could do with an upgrade. The bedroom is a bit like sort of more updated and a bit more in keeping with, like, I don't know, like it looks like it's had something done to it, you know what I mean, compared to the rest of the house. Also, I will say I put some shelves up in the parents' bedroom, well, the mum's bedroom, and I deleted like the lower one, so in the screenshots it might look a little bit different. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that in case it looks a little bit different. And I also used an item from Laundry Day stuff because I forgot not to use that, but I ended up changing it, so the screenshots will reflect like the final build and everything. And I also put in a couple of like boxes just to kind of maybe make it look like they've just moved in, or like kind of recently just moved in, or I don't know, just something like that. But yeah, so they've got the furniture, but maybe the wallpaper and the flooring could do with updating, you know what I mean? Like if you move into a house and so like you've just bought it, maybe you already had furniture to move in with. So like when I moved into my house, I already had like some furniture, but I've had to upgrade like the wallpaper, well not wallpaper, the paint, the flooring, like carpet, stuff like that. I've upgraded over time. So like some rooms end up being more sort of nicer looking than others, if you know what I mean. Or not nicer looking, but more just furnished, I guess, and decorated, renovated, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's about it for the parents' bedroom, and yeah, don't really have what else to say about it. I'll pop back in a minute to talk about the teenagers' bedroom. So we're just furnishing the teenager's bedroom now, and you'll have seen like a minute ago or whenever it was, I made the bedroom a little bit bigger just because there was like 2 tiles that weren't being used. They were just like landing space, and I thought might as well just use them because it is like obviously a smaller house and everything. But like I said before, when I was explaining the house and everything, Carl did request that the house would be for single working mum and a queer teen kid. So I don't know how to explain this one. I didn't really think like, oh, this bedroom screams, oh my god, screams. This bedroom screams like it's obviously a girl, a gay, or a they in this bedroom, you know what I mean? Like I would just like, as a teenager, any sort of gender could be in this room. And I did put up a pride flag just to kind of represent the queerness, I guess. But yeah, other than that, I don't think it really screams like, you know what I mean, like, oh, it's obvious. So I hope that's alright. I didn't really know like what to put in without taking it to like a stereotypical level of being like, oh, maybe they'd be like a fashion, they'd be into fashion or sports, or you know what I mean, like I didn't want to go down the sort of stereotypical route. So it's just a standard bedroom really, but I did put in quite a bit of decorative items to say it is a small room. We've got some posters, a couple of like little clutter items for the shelves, and I also managed to fit in a desk as well because I thought teenagers, like, they need access to internet, I guess, in modern times. I don't know but I thought they need a desk, they need like something to do in the bedroom because it is a bit of a like smaller house, and I thought if you're a single parent and you live with a teenager, you are definitely going to want some space for each other. Especially when you're like in close proximity with family, I feel like you fall out a bit more often, and you need to like have your own room and have your own space to get away from your parent, and vice versa. Like sometimes you just want to get away from your kid, and it's like, no offense to the kid, but you just need to have a bit of a break before you like chew the red off or something. And I thought, yeah, maybe the teenager and the mum, like I imagined that they'd have like a really good relationship, but that they'd be quite similar, so maybe they like fall out sometimes, just normal family stuff. Not too sort of traumatic, I guess, but just add a little bit of interest to it. But yeah, that was just my interpretation of it. Obviously you can put whatever family you want in this build, and I imagined that Cal has already got a family in mind anyway, so yeah, like I said, that was just my sort of idea behind it. So then for the kitchen, I imagined the Sims that Livia bought the house with the kitchen like this. So I'm using the counters from the country kitchen kit. We're going to go with the cottage living ones, but I think the country kitchen kit ones just look a bit more like battered, which is not a bad thing. Like they look a bit more rustic, you know what I mean? So I thought maybe they bought the house from like an older person or something like that, or a family that's had this house for a long time, and like I said, the kitchen might need an update. Or maybe they like the kitchen how it is and they want to keep it. Obviously it's up to you, it's up to your Sims. I wonder though, do people actually play around with the, like Sims have likes and dislikes for furniture styles? Do you play around with that? I don't really play much gameplay, so I've not even tried that out and seen what it's like. So I do wonder, like, do you include that with your Sims? I always do likes and dislikes for like activities and colours, just because I think that's like more easily manageable. But when it comes to interior styles, I don't think I'd want to play around with that, because unless it was like a personality trait that they were a snob and they really don't like, I don't know, rustic interiors, they want like super modern and expensive, I don't think I'd play around with it, because sometimes, like, I don't know, I feel like the game, it's a little bit too, I can't explain it. Like if you get an item that's classed as modern but it's just like a plant, and then your sim gets in a bad mood because they've walked into a room because there's a modern plant, it's like, really, like, you're really going to get in a bad mood over a plant? Like, I think the game's a bit too like that sometimes, you know what I mean? It's a bit too, I don't know the word for it. Like if I, like my interior style that I like industrial, and I quite like modern, I like Scandi. But if I walked into a room and everything's Scandi, apart from like there's a vase that's a bit like, I don't know, I can't even think of an interior style. Say the vase is a bit like Victorian, I'm not going to be in a bad mood because of that one vase. Or like, I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't really like this. But if the full room were Victorian, I might be like, yeah, this is not really my style. Whereas Sims, it's like one problem and that's it, like they're in a bad mood. I hope I'm explaining that alright. I feel like I'm not. I know what I mean anyway. But yeah, this is the kitchen. And yeah, I really like how it turned out. I liked the blue and like the like warm toned orangey accent colours and like the wood and everything. I did end up changing the wood flooring, but just to a different pattern, not really a different colour. And yeah, that's the kitchen. It's kind of self-explanatory. I like the layout of it, and yeah, I think that's all I've got to say about it. So living room, I wanted to have a fireplace, but the chimney, I've kind of put it in an awkward bit. Like it looks alright from the exterior, but I feel like the fireplace is kind of a bit too close to the front door. So I made the chimney a little bit wider and just kind of make it look a bit of like a different shape on the outside. I know it doesn't really matter, like you don't even have to have a chimney up the side of the house when you've got a fireplace. You could just stick a fireplace in. You don't even need a chimney on your house in The Sims. Like it don't matter. But to me, that's something that I can't get past it. Like I would struggle to place a fireplace in a build. Oh my god, what did I just say? Did I say that twice? No, place a fireplace. I'd struggle to put down a fireplace in a build and have no chimney. Like to me, it's like, that makes no sense. Where's your smoke going? And I know like it's not real, it don't matter, but to me it is real. It annoys me a little bit that the fireplace is a bit off center, but I would rather it, like if I have to pick one where the fireplace matches up with the chimney or the fireplace is too close to the front door, I'm gonna pick, oh no, that's the same thing. I don't want the fireplace too close to the front door, because obviously I want chairs in front of it and everything, and I want Sims to be able to get round and whatever else. So it's a little bit like close quarters, you know, you've got your back to front door. It's a little bit like a bit of an awkward layout, but I think it makes sense for this sort of like house, this sort of build. There's loads of houses that I've seen, especially in a 2 up 2 down, where your living room is like, you walk in front door and your living room is right there. Like there's loads of houses in England like that. I used to live in one where you'd like walk through the front door, boom, there's your front door. So I think it's fine. I don't think it's like some weird architectural choice on my part. But yeah, the living room is quite basic, place for him to sit and watch telly. There's a bookshelf, and I also put in another computer. I'm not really sure what, when it comes to Carl's Sims that they want living in this house, I don't know what job the mum has, but I thought maybe if she works from home, then, you know, she could have a computer or whatever. But yeah, it's just there for the sake of having it. I just thought, why not? And then for the back garden, so I really liked the idea of having like this big back porch. Kind of reminds me of a caravan. Like I once stopped in a caravan where the, you know, like the, what's it called? Veranda, that's what it's called. The veranda on the side of the caravan, like it wore this sort of shape, like it were a big thing, and then it had like a little corner, and then stairs leading down. Just reminded me of a caravan that I've stopped in. But yeah, I wanted this sort of back porch thing, veranda, whatever you want to call it. It's not a veranda, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I did that with the, what's it called? The industrial style counters from base game, and then just a little two-seater thing. And then just basic landscaping like what I've done out front. And yeah, I think that's about all I can really say about the landscaping. There's only so much you can say about landscaping and plants and gardening and all that sort of thing, isn't there? Like, what am I supposed to say? I put down some flowers and greenery. Although I guess a little tip for you, if you're struggling to do landscaping, I've got a video on landscaping tips, but I feel like I should do another one. I'm not really sure. But yeah, my idea would be, or my advice should I say, pick 3 plants that you think look well together and just use them, and maybe add in a random one here and there. But like I went for a green and white sort of colour, so yeah, that's not really a good tip, is it? Because I didn't really explain it. But if you ever get a bit like, oh, I don't even know where to start, low lying flowers, they're worth about 30 simoleons, base game ones, that like fan plant thing, oh my god. I'm too tired, you just have to guess what I'm on about. Anyway, I did this like sunken grass thing. I quite liked this. I didn't think it was going to work out, so I was getting a bit like worried. I thought, this is a good idea that I have, but does it work? Will the game allow me to do it? And it did, so I liked the look of it. A little bit temperamental building it, but it worked out. And yeah, I just thought it were a bit like nice, I guess. I imagined it would be turf though, like not real grass. But yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed this one. Thank you to Cal for the build request. And if you want to download it, my gallery ID is HutchPlays. And also thanks again for 3,000 subscribers. There won't be a video this week. This will be the last video that I do, but I might do a little short just to have something out there. But yeah, anyway, I hope that you all have a good rest of your day and a good week and all of that stuff, and I'll see you later. Bye.